talking about my SIG P320 M17, which I've been carrying for almost 2 years now, and I've owned for nearly 3. It is my only handgun at this current time, and I've shot tens of thousands of rounds through it, and I've never had an issue. I've learned how to shoot on this gun. This is the one gun I have. This is the one gun that I've primarily trained, dry fired with, shot, and basically learned how to shoot on. And if you look on my channel, I have several videos talking about this gun, other guns, and showing how I shoot it, and I hope to have more in the future. But because of the recent controversy, if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock when it comes to the SIG P320, I wanted to make a video just addressing it and what I plan to do going forward, and I would love to get your guys' help and opinions on that as well. Just to show you, this gun is fully clear. All right, let's go ahead and show. There's no magazine in there as I accidentally tripped the light, and there is nothing in the chamber, right? No bullets, nothing like that. And we can even go ahead and holster the weapon as well in my Tier 1 Echo holster, which I've been carrying this on strong side. I've not been appendix carrying this ever. It's a very, very nice holster, and I made a video about this if you're interested also, by the way. Without the gun, let's go more into it. I've been carrying the gun, like I said, for almost 2 years, and while I love the gun, I love the way it shoots, because of SIG's recent controversy, especially what they posted on X and Twitter, which I'll get into detail on, I feel like I cannot carry the SIG P320. In case you've been living under a rock, SIG posted on their X/Twitter account that the SIG P320 cannot, under any circumstances, discharge without a trigger pull. That is a fact. Recently, anti-gun groups, members of the mainstream media, travel attorneys, and other uninformed and agenda-driven parties have launched attacks on one of Sig Sauer's most trusted, most tested, and most popular products, the P320 pistol. And then later in the same post, which has numerous images, in one of those, they also mention that the rhetoric is high and we can no longer stay silent while lawsuits run their course, and clickbait farming, engagement hacking grifters continued their campaign to hijack the truth for profit. Now, the point of why I'm making this video is not to be clickbaity. It's not to be, as SIG put it, an engagement hacking grifter, but rather to tell you about what I personally plan on doing going forward because of all this controversy. Now, there's numerous videos on both sides of the aisle drop testing the P320. For example, Grantham did that video. They drop tested a P320 and an M17. Nothing happened. There was no issues there. And on the other side, there's several videos in police stations of on-duty, off-duty officers, as well as in the military. There's files, there's collaborative stories, there's also at ranges. There's several videos out there. If you haven't seen them, there's also YouTube channels that are dedicated to talking about the P320, especially right now, given after these tweets, the controversy has just gone way more viral. Brandon Herrera also made a great video just talking about the Twitter and X post, going into detail about how he feels about it.
I haven't seen something so self-destructive since... We'll get to that.
He doesn't have a relationship with SIG as far as I know either, and I like his opinion. Seems like a straight up dude, just being honest. If you look down below, you will see that currently we are at 641 subscribers, and I wanted to thank each and every single one of you. And if you want to subscribe, you can also do so down below. But the reason I'm saying that is to show that I am not sponsored by SIG or any other company whatsoever. This is my unbiased opinion from me, who is just a concerned citizen, as well as someone that carries on a daily basis. And again, I'm not making this video to get views. I'm making this video specifically to talk about my experience, since I have been carrying this gun for almost 2 years. And like I said, I haven't had an issue. Never had an ND, thank God. And I don't plan on having one anytime soon. One of the ranges I go to at the last Sunday of every month has an event, which is great for anyone that concealed carries. Essentially, it's 3 drills. You line up in a row. Even if you're not a member, it costs 20 bucks. And anyone can go ahead and shoot the drills. And they're really, really fun. And you get to meet some great people while you do it. And at the most recent event, which I wasn't able to go to, they actually made an announcement and made a rule that anyone using a P320 cannot shoot from the holster. You can do low ready, but you cannot actually draw and then do the drill from concealment or from the draw, which is pretty crazy to me to be. I mean, I wasn't there, and I don't know if anybody else was there with a P320, but to have your gun singled out at this particular range, and it might be at other ranges as well. I don't know if also this might be implemented on a competition level. I have no idea if other police departments and other places are implementing rules specifically against the P320. But to be alienated, you know, even like so, from your friends or anyone else at one of these events really would suck. And I wouldn't want to be in that position. And so because of that anyway, I want to get a different firearm. At the same time, the point of a personal defense handgun, especially one that you carry on you, is for self-defense and to make you and your family feel safe. And if that gun doesn't make me feel safe just because of the controversies of the company that has been saying, that's my opinion. That's my right to that opinion. And that doesn't necessarily mean that SIG has a bad product. For all we know, could be the P320 is fine. I'm not saying it is. Again, you can look at evidence on both sides of the aisle. But my main point is that I don't feel safe carrying the P320 anymore. So personally, I've been looking at the M&P Shield Plus as a fantastic subcompact handgun. I've actually shot it a couple of times at different range sessions, and I really like it, and it's been on my list for a while. So right now I'm thinking of getting one of those, but I also carry a full-size handgun right now, right? I carry the P320 on a daily basis. So I'm a component, even though I'm limited here in New Jersey to 10-round magazines, of carrying the largest size handgun that you can comfortably conceal. Last summer, I had no issues concealing my P320, so I kind of want to get another full-size, in which case I've been thinking the Shadow 2 Carry, which recently came out, actually looks fantastic. So I might want to look into that, test it out, and then kind of go from there. Of course, there's many more guns. You got your M&P 2.0s, you got your Echelons as well. I just don't love the trigger on that one. And then you also have Glock, right? You have CZs. Walther PDP has been on my list as well. Definitely plethora of options. And I'm not saying none of those are good. I'm saying all of those are great. But right now, with my P320, and you can tell I've customized this as well. I have the Wilson Combat Grip on here. I've done a nice little back plate over here with the Mug and David. And I'm used to it. I'm very used to this gun. This is what I learned to shoot on. This is what I have learned how to use as a platform. In fact, if you don't know, I've been using Ace VR as a training platform, and I already have the Arctis as my handset, which is more similar to the P320. So I'm used to it. This is the platform that I've been training with, and it's very hard to swap from one gun to another. And it's not just because of the gun, it's also because of company loyalty, right? And this could be American marketing in and of itself, but I believe that especially us, when it comes to the brand that we go with for something that we trust our lives with, when it comes to firearms, when it comes to cars, is something that we are very encouraged as a society to stick with. You cannot swap once you're in one company, one brand, to a different brand. You're already loyal to this one company. And in my case, it might look like SIG. I'm really not loyal to this company. They never sponsored me. They never given me anything for free. In fact, their magazines cost way too much, and I've already made a video about the 5 reasons of why I don't like my P320. So if that wasn't already reason enough to swap. And I have nothing against SIG either. I don't just have the SIG P320 handgun. I also have the Romeo X Pro optic on this handgun as well. And I love this optic. I think it's fantastic. The glass is really clear. It has not steered me wrong, and it does a phenomenal job of holding zero. And I also have on my other, the Romeo optic on here as well. And it so far has treated me very well. And I hope to go ahead and shoot that next week at a big training session. So guys, subscribe for that. They've never done anything personally to offend me. They've never done anything to me that may have hurt myself or my family. And I've liked their products up until now. I just don't like their messaging to the point where I'm comfortable making this video and looking for different options. So probably as soon as this video is finished film, I will go ahead and go to the New Jersey FAR's website and be applying for a pistol permit to purchase another handgun. What the handgun's going to be, we will see. Maybe make a future video about that. So again, subscribe down below. And I have a rifle course coming up next week, so I hope to have cool videos about that as well. So I hope to make content for you guys about that, and I have several other videos planned in the near future. So stay tuned. Leave comments down below for what you think, firstly, my new everyday carry CCW should be, and also what you guys think if you have P320s. I'd love to hear your opinion, especially my subscribers. And just see what you guys are considering doing if you have one of those, if you're carrying one. And of course, hope to see you in the next video. Also, friendly reminder, like the video now. Thank you.